Okay.
Hi Pankaj, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Razak. I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. So the last day today, the 9 days over, and so tell us your changes. You've already given a testimony earlier. Now, how are you feeling before now?
Yeah, so earlier when I gave testimony, that time I was, surprised by everything. And I was at my high, when, because this was a very new experience. Now that feeling has sinked in. So now I've tried to understand and believe and trust in the process, in myself, in everything that is happening, and in good. Now I think that everything is happening for good. So even when there are certain things which we would not want, so there is
Yes,
nothing like wanting. So, but if something comes up, which is not as per our preference, so
yes.
even that is also there for good. So about my past life, that was there for good, and whatever lies in future, that will be there for good. So I don't have to worry about the future. Yes.
So
So
you said you said now I'm positive. So how were you earlier?
earlier, it was a state of mind which probably nobody would ever want to be in. The state of mind was so negative that I don't want this life. If I wanted the life, then I wanted it in a very negative, dark zone. I did not like my family, my friends, anybody. I did not
Right.
enjoy anybody's company. I was not enjoying my own company for that matter.
True, true.
So
Yeah.
that particular phase of life was distressing, depressing. I don't even know these words now, as of now, so I've forgotten these depressing and all these
So
words.
now how is the feeling now compared to what was
Yeah,
earlier?
so the feeling is full of life and light.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
Wonderful all the time. And
Right.
when I speak with my family, the one that I actually resisted and resented in the past, oh, I want to
Right.
talk to them. So this course is going on for the whole day, but actually want to speak speak with my family. So, but the course is great. So that it was not criticizing the course, but the course is great, and that's what made me feel in love with my family again. Uh,
Yes. So
so,
so tell about this connection. So how you craved connection earlier and now how that connection and how that has, manifested in your life. The part
yeah.
of
So
connection. Yeah.
earlier, as I was uh, like making these homosexual relations and everything, and but this was planned, so I was going to get married also. Wasn't connected to the any of the guys that I had met in the past, and wasn't connected to the girl at all. There was zero connection, even though we had already got engaged.
Yes.
And even if I wanted to, no matter how hard I tried, so I was not able to develop connection. Now automatically, and when I would talk with her, it was not me either. I was just trying to please her, or I was, just not talking nicely with her. In fact, she was also understanding that at some point or the other. But so after I've joined this course and after I've, got motivated, I would say. Since then, so the talks have been really nice. And I know it's very pleasing for me, those talks, and I also know that they're equally pleasing for her as well. So I feel really connected to her. And even during the meditations, I had imagined about, such instances which are full of love and affection for her. And that
Right.
feeling of sexual imagination is not at all there. It's all love, and that is what makes me happy. The arousal has to be arousal of the soul, or not of anything else, for that matter.
And
So
that's what we were truly looking for even earlier, which you were not,
I just did.
experiencing.
I was completely in dark earlier. I was not knowing about anything of that sort. So, even earlier when I was, getting into these sexual relationships, there also I would always want to find a connection, but I was not able to. Most of the times I was definitely not
Yes.
able to. Only once in a while it was there, very rare.
Yeah, yeah.
So in all the encounters that I have had, so I just did what I did. It was, senseless kind of job that I was. There was no connection at all with the other person.
Yeah.
Now I think that that particular connection is something which we need. So this particular generation that we are living, especially the youngsters, and with all the
Yes.
dating apps and everything, that is out there in the market. So
Right.
they have lost all this thinking of this particular connection. So I'm staying at
Right.
a
Right.
place, which is a tourist destination. So and lot of
Okay.
youngsters they keep coming here. And I see them, the state that they are in, intoxicated, all the time smoking. They are in such a beautiful place. I can't tell you how beautiful this place is, but they want to get that smoke and everything. In fact, I was becoming like
Yeah.
that only. I was
Yeah. Yeah.
smoking for past 1 month, and that addiction of smoke was going on big. Oh, it was getting multiplied. I was smoking like 6, 7 cigarettes in a day, at least 5 or 6
Oh.
cigarettes in a day. And it was
And
like,
then what
that was
happened in the first day? What you decided and how
so
you stopped? Tell us that
when this was
story.
the first day of the course, so that was the last smoke that I had that day. Earlier, I would have thought that I will go and buy another pack and start smoking all over again. But that was the last smoke, and I haven't smoked till then. And I would not never have imagined that I would just stop smoking. And I did not make love with myself as well. Since then, the masturbation thing. Since then, so earlier it would have been definitely very very difficult for me to stop doing that, as I was completely in addiction with porn and masturbation since the past so many
Correct.
years. But now I have not done, and it is, I'm not forcing myself to stop. It's just not there. The urge is not there.
Thank you for sharing that. It's like it may help so many people. Thank you.
Yes, yes, of course. So I was talking about this present generation. So there is nothing wrong with
Yes.
that generation. It's only
Right.
the circumstances that have got difficult. But then that is where you need to find yourself. This is actually not what you are. Intoxication is not what you need. Sex and all these things is not all you need. Of course, sex will be there when it is
Yes.
required. But it is not
Right.
all that is there in life. So I have been
Correct.
through that phase, and I know that all the youngsters are in that particular phase. I keep interacting with them. Uh, I used to interact with them. I'll limit it now. So I know how they are. It's all about sex and all about intoxication and getting things high, but they don't know the meaning of high.
Yeah.
Being high is to be high in life, not on life, because life, it's high is like not that intoxicating high, but high, the high passion
Yes.
about
Yes.
everything life. So
Describe your high in life. That is really fascinating for me also.
my
That
high
high
in
is
life, my high in
yes.
life is, life is living life to the fullest, living it with nature, getting involved in nature a lot, helping people, those who need the help the most. So
Right.
for me, like I had the money, I bought the help, as in, but but there are people who cannot talk about the problems. So just at least give them a moment of that bit help and that good gesture that you can show to them. Up to your
Yes.
limitations, of course, you can't go beyond limit. Uh,
Right.
and then, for me, being happy in life is being with my dog,
Right.
which which is not here right now, but
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, but
definitely be.
you imagined about that, not imagined, I'll put it in a different way. In the meditation, it came to you how you'll bring that dog
Yes,
from a different place where you were
that's
earlier.
right.
Just
That's
describe
right.
that.
So I left this particular place, and there I had this dog which was very loving and very caring for me. But I had to leave her because I could not think of a solution like how to take her along. So now I had thought that I'll just speak with some people and would plan for it, and
Right.
would definitely bring her to me because she is one of the joys of my life and definitely a big one. and living with her is definitely a completely different life. So there is already a lot of joy, and when she'll come, so I can only imagine like how much the joy. So that is happiness. Another happiness is being with my family, taking care of them,
Yeah.
working upon my passions. There is something that I want to become. I have wanted to become for so long.
Yes,
I'll
yes, yes.
definitely work upon that, and eventually I would help people. I have to be courageous. That is another thing which I was lacking in my life. So
Right.
even though I had this other stand, but I would not take that stand in life because
Correct.
somewhere lacked courage. Now I definitely want to do that because there is something, there is a way in which I feel so that even though let me get corrected, that is okay, but I need to put that thought in public so that at least if it is the correct one, then it will find a place.
Right.
That is another, and yeah, these are the things, and living life to the fullest. That will be a happy thing in my life.
So, so in meditation, you saw your future self, right? It just came to you, right? It's not that you were
Yes.
thinking that you've grown old, you're in your
No.
home, this type, and all those things which you actually wanted came to you
Yes.
automatically. Just
So,
tell us about
yes,
that.
of course, there
And
has
growing
always
old
been,
also, yeah.
right, exactly. So there has always been desire of these, good times that were there. But, getting them imagined in a particular way, it was very, arousing internally. So I imagined about my future life and my future wife, and the family life that I was having,
Yes,
the professional life that I was having, and it and now I'm really excited about it. How I in fact so now I'm in the early stages of my professional life, but I in fact imagined about the retired age of my real life. Where me
yes,
and
yes.
my wife were there, and we were having the best of times, amongst ourselves. So that
And you're
actually
healthy
makes,
also, right?
yeah, I got healthy. So
You
earlier,
saw yourself.
when I was just trying to think, so I was this fat guy. Got corrected by itself, and these were those two great looking fit oldies now, and love with each other, and we're
Yes,
having a great time. So that is there, and so lately I have also been coming up with the solutions to the problems that were there in the life. And I would just avoid them earlier, but now I have been thinking about them and I've been coming with really innovative solutions and which are pretty easy. It's not that I'm doing some rocket science here, it's just, those easy solutions to life, as life has been simple and it will be simple. So we have only complicated it a lot. Even
right.
these solutions, they were there earlier in my life, but I just
Yes,
didn't never wanted to focus on them. Now the focus is
yeah,
shifted. Now the focus is on positivity. Earlier it was all the negative cycle. I always
right.
tried to be, remain in the negative part of it. Even though
Right,
when the other side, the positive side was there in front of me, I could have thought about it, but I just chose
right.
to stay there in the negative. Now that inspiration is there, that motivation is there to stay in the positive.
So you become aware. So it was there before.
Yes.
Now you have become aware that, okay, this side is there. I was already powerful. I was
Right.
already this person. But now the only
Yes.
difference now is the awareness.
So
Yeah,
this was there, but yeah, definitely I had not known about the powers that I was having. I knew that this is some kind of a hoax that is there, and I would not want to believe it. But I was completely unaware of the powers that I was having. My body is having, the connections from the higher mind that are there, which can
yeah,
always come and help, which are always helping, in fact.
yes,
So now I've come to know about this thing through this course. So it has actually, told me how things are working. So
yeah,
I had this connection with God earlier, but I did not know the mechanism by which God is connecting to me. So then there was again this doubt that is he really connecting or not? So now those doubts are not there. I know that that connection is there. God is there, and God is always, communicating and guiding
yeah,
me. I just have to act upon His guidance. Is all.
Right,
That is
right, right.
so. I'm just trying to summarize the course in some way, probably in the testimony, but this is what I've learned.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so
So,
that
so spirituality and religion has been covered, right?
yeah, definitely big time covered. You can always connect whatever has been taught in this particular course. You will be able to connect it to your particular religion or the way
Right.
you connect with the higher or in whichever name you call. So it is definitely there, and because it relates so much, so for me that was again there. How I used to see things or spiritually. So and this particular
Yes,
course, they were so coherent with each other. So that coherency was definitely there, and it will be there with everybody. It's not because of my particular religion. It's the way in every religion things are being taught. So that coherency can be found. It can be found to anyone. So it's not just
yes,
that
yes.
it worked for me, but it can work for everyone. And in fact,
Yeah.
this is something to be tried, tried and trusted then. Because this is so. I was just looking for a solution to few problems.
Right.
Of course, they were big problems at that point of time. Now they look pretty small. So I was just trying to have solutions for just those problems. But now, this particular course, it gives you a mantra that you will have no problem in the future. So you'll not stop looking for solutions, for problems because there will be no problem. And in fact, even if there will be any problem, then this will guide you in such a beautiful way that you will just
Yeah.
face it like a challenge and it will not be a problem
Yes,
anymore.
yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
you'll
So,
overcome all
so
those
you change
challenges
the
in your life.
definition from problem to
Yes,
challenge,
yes, yes,
and
exactly.
that's
So there are no problems in life now. There are only challenges that can always be
yeah,
overcome, and that will teach you
right.
wonderful things. And in fact, it's very important to have challenges. Had this challenge
Yes.
not been here, so I would not have learned so much. So now I've learned a lot in my life,
True,
and
true.
I've actually spent the past 10 years. So before that, I was just studying and graduating and getting into a job. So that was very engaging. But past when I got into job, I've been in job for the past 10 years. I've not actually learned something. I've studied and done things, but I did not learn. So now and in these past
Yeah.
9 days, I've learned immensely. You know, and how about
True.
like the feelings like caring, loving, gratitude, helping others. So today's in current times, we have mostly forgotten these feelings, but how important these are and how important these are for your life and your being. So
Yeah.
that is again
Just
come back.
talk about that day where you went and you connected with people while going to the temple, and how that connection felt.
Yeah, so mostly I always have wanted to connect with people, but somewhere or
Yes.
the other I was, I used to stop my. Somewhere I was skeptical about their intentions, somewhere I was not very confident. So
Yes.
now, yes, just, yesterday only I went out and so you can always find people who are looking for lift. But even they are hesitant to ask for lift and you are hesitant to give. But
Right.
when you offer them the lift from your end, so their hesitation goes.
Right.
And the frequencies, the vibrations that comes out right from their heart, they heals you at the very moment. You might not even need anything. They those those frequencies they will heal you, but you need to connect to
Yeah.
them in that particular way. Your intentions have to
Right.
be so pure. And I also met another guy. He was carrying this huge load over his back yesterday. And I thought that, when I looked at him, I thought that, okay, so this is really difficult situation. So I just offered him help. I offered a lift to him. And then when I dropped him, he was so much in gratitude that कि आपने बहुत did a great job to me. I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I did, but I was guided to. And and in fact, I also thought that you are also somewhere, doing a great job to me in some way or the other. So you're working
I'm
and
also guided. Same. It's just
that's
action. We
right.
are taking action, and the
Yeah,
happiness which you get from it. See, from me
exactly.
getting the happiness from seeing you transform, you getting the happiness from helping others. That's a
Right.
different level. Yes.
That is a level which can only be felt. It can't be explained in. So
Yeah.
I felt it yesterday, and the way I opened up with those people, usually I'm not that opened up. I feel shy and
Yes.
reserved at most of the instances. But yesterday I opened up with them. So how all of us are connected is something which I felt yesterday. So yesterday it did not feel as if I was talking with strangers. It was like, okay, these are known people. So I was very openly communicating with them.
Um,
Otherwise, mostly I would feel that, okay, these are strangers, why would I go and talk to them? But yesterday, none of
right.
them felt like strangers. They felt like one.
So the reservation went off, and you were
Definitely.
open,
Yes.
and you got that communication. You had the good conversation, and
And,
you felt
and in fact, that ego is not there because that negative
ah
ego,
yes, yes,
that is associated with some status and some position. So that ego
right,
is not there anymore. In fact, for the ones who are financially and on a lower level because of the challenges that they have been facing, in fact, the caring and love is more for them. Of course it is there for
right,
everyone, but it is more for them because they are the ones who need it more because they receive it less from the
correct.
outside society other than their family, of
Yes,
course,
yes.
and the challenges are greater for them. So that is how it has been. So that ego has also vanished now. There is no ego at all now.
So the negative side of your ego is like vastly, vastly reduced.
Yeah,
So
it is vastly reduced because I think that it stops me from, as you say, that serve to get served. So it is for my own good, Even if
yes,
even
yes,
if someone thinks of themselves only, even then it is of their own good that they go and help others. And
right, right.
that will definitely bring you a lot of happiness. Like no money, nothing else can compare that particular happiness
Yeah,
with
yeah. No
anything.
money can compare to that that
Nothing.
satisfaction. Yeah,
That satisfaction is, it will heal your heart and your emotions and your mind and body and everything. So that is there.
but that is the fun part. That healing
Yes.
which you get, it's actually like a
Yes.
healing.
Yes, it is a healing. But to get that healing, you have to be in positive state of mind. You can just, have a thought like, okay, I will help this and this will help me heal all the injuries and everything. And so for that sake, I'm helping. You have to help them with your heart. Your heart has to say, okay, it has to feel their pain and lived to people earlier also, but I never had felt this amazing. Obviously I felt
Yes.
good at that point of time also, but because it was somewhere, okay, let me help this guy, so probably then it will come and turn and help me also.
Yeah.
That
So it
sort
was
of
conditional.
selfishness
It was
it
conditional.
was conditional.
Now
It
it's
was a conditional
unconditional
help.
love.
Now it's
Yeah.
unconditional, completely unconditional, and it comes from the bottom of the heart. So
Yeah.
that positive state of being has to be there to
Yeah.
gain those benefits.
So tell me what happens in the meditation, what changes happen, what your body movements. Just talk about that. How there is that energy flowing through you. That is
Yeah.
very unique, which we have not seen. We've seen that energy flowing, but not in the way of movement. This is the first time I have seen it.
So there is a reason behind that being unique as well. So
Yeah,
I have in the past also I had tried to meditate because of the
yeah,
difficulties the challenges that I was having in the past. Now, so I was not able to. Never ever had I ever been able to meditate. And I had thoughts about it like, okay, you concentrate on the mid of the forehead and then you will, maybe go into the sleeping kind of thing. Or it was completely, untested waters for me. I had never thought, like, I had never imagined what it would be like.
right.
So I joined this course, and then it begins with the pranic healing. So the first day pranic healing, I did not feel much. The second day, it was just slight pull in the neck, so my neck turned
Yes,
backwards. So I thought that is it,
right, right.
but that felt wonderful actually because having
Yeah,
the motion for
A-
the moment for the first time that was involuntary in your body
right.
that actually feels great.
And your hands also went up, something like that. You are told. Your neck went
It
back,
was
and your
just a
hands
pull.
went up as if you were being pulled up. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, like a pull.
for the first, yeah,
Yes,
that hand pull was there in the first meditation. So my
Yes.
whole upper body was
Okay,
getting
in the
pulled
first
behind,
meditation.
yeah, in the first
Okay, okay.
meditation. So that
Right.
was there. So I thought, okay, that's it. But yeah, now I started to feel that okay, there is something while you're meditating. So some other energy is there that impacts you. So
Right.
now I came to, got introduced to this other energy which was earlier completely unknown. And then that other energy just took, I mean, what can I say? So that the initial pull now it becomes, a rock dance. It has got converted into a dance now. So
Yeah.
all my body parts have been moving. I've been making sounds. I've been making, the breath work has changed. So, and that was all necessary, probably. So, the higher mind probably knew that it is necessary for this, for it to make me believe that, okay, something is there. Otherwise, I would not have believed. So, what happened? I was
So
having
talk
these
about the
moments,
belief before and now. Means
right?
after you get those energy. What was your belief earlier and then after getting this energy? What was it before?
So even when I was getting those moments, so after those 2 days when I was having moments, so
Yeah.
then this particular thought popped up. It was not all rosy right for me. So I
Right,
had
right.
those doubts coming back again and again. So so these doubts came that am I really making is it are these moments really involuntary or
Yes.
am I doing it?
Right,
So
right.
that doubt came in my mind. So what happened from the next day that these movements, they got stronger then. And they're so strong now that I don't have any more doubts because I would not do these movements by myself because they are at some point, they are they take the muscles because I was not working out earlier, so these are new muscles that I've been finding in my body now, which were completely untouched previously. So now I would definitely not do those movements by
So
myself. So
I have seen
now
your movements and they're
yeah,
pretty jerky movements and fast. Even if I
yes,
would have to do it,
right.
it would be very fast. Understand? It would
Right,
be very, very
exactly.
fast. And I would think, so it would be,
So
it would, yeah,
definitely, those moments are very strong and powerful now. I would not do them
yes,
and I have complete trust on that. Definitely, I will never do that by myself. So that particular, belief in that external energy is there now, and it is cemented that there is this energy, there is this guidance from the higher minds, and that has transformed me. Even when I don't want to believe in some of the impacts that I know I probably would not have seen, but I definitely believe, the way that I've been walking, I've been climbing stairs and everything that has changed completely. So earlier I
the
used
energy
to be
level.
the energy levels and even the body wouldn't support. Earlier it was all pain
Okay.
and very low energy and bad
Yeah.
posture and things like that. Now that is not there. So now I feel very energetic. I climb like I used to climb 15 years back probably.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's all over more younger again. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And one more thing, there was a pain you had at the anus, and it was, how is
Yes.
that compared, say,
So
from the fourth day
that has
to
actually
this
reduced a
now?
lot now. That has reduced a lot now. So I had this thought that because I was just going to get over with the medication, so I thought that
Right.
when I stop the medication, it will come all over again and it will start hurting. But it has been getting reduced. In fact, So what I thought was that it would gradually increase, but it has been gradually reducing. So, I mean, I've been seeing so many signs of myself getting healed, the way my body looks. So, my palm used to look very rough and very dry.
Yes.
Now this is one of the most beautiful palms that I'm looking at.
You
And
found a stark difference, yeah, in your palm also.
yes,
Even the mouth
definitely.
ulcer you had?
Yeah, so I had this mouth ulcer, and I thought that it came because of me smoking. And I think that it will keep on getting larger and larger, and I'll eventually, it will cause a lot of issues for me. But that mouth ulcer is nowhere to be seen now. It's just completely not there. So, and it happened when I was not even thinking about it. It just happened. I don't know when it went away. Yeah. And now,
Beautiful.
I've stopped looking for changes because they will come eventually.
Yes.
I'm not expecting them. Things are going in a good way. I'm in a very good state of mind and state
Right.
of being, in fact.
Yeah.
So good things will come. I don't have to worry. They'll automatically come. So whatever needs to come, whatever I think my body thinks is necessary, that will definitely come back to. And what is okay will remain okay. So
I
that's all it
think the
is.
biggest transformation, reason of your transformation was that you thought you did not expect anything. In fact, you went in for like a desperation. Okay, I want to change now, so I don't have any choice. But there was no expectation. That's why the flip was so major. I think
Yeah.
that helped.
So
In
there,
fact, no
There
expectations.
was definitely very big desperation. There was no choice, no other choice in life. The point where I was standing these 9 days before. So there was
Yeah.
no choice in my life left, and there was this desperation. But I came in with zero expectation. I had no hopes that anything will happen.
Right.
At
Right.
best, like what will happen? Maybe I would start meditating. That was the. But that what meditation is, I didn't even knew like what exactly was meditation. So, and what meditation can bring to me, and what
Right.
understanding the life can bring to me. So, these are the gains and the results, the benefits,
Right.
which I would have never ever imagined in my wildest of thoughts. I just so for me the extreme blessing at that point of time would be to get treated somehow. But now it
Yes.
is just so much more. Getting treated is just like one very small thing for helping others and literally helping others. It's not for money or for respect or anything, but it's helping others in a very genuine way. Those who cannot afford help.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's way more bigger now. It's what a life should be like. It's what a vision of life should be like. So, and in fact, when I see a vision for myself, I think that I'm limiting myself. I should go beyond. I should not put a vision. So it should be whatever comes, great and great thing. It is like
And
that.
talk about that low which you had. We have got only a few minutes more before the
Right.
recording stops. So
That's right.
that you had a low in between, and then you came up with it.
So I had
Uh,
these two lows, in fact. Since I get started feeling better, it was in the initial days that I started feeling better. But then I went through two lows, and
yeah,
they were all because of the negative state of being that I was in. So
right.
eventually I got corrected during the course by the amazing mentor that we have, both of them. Corrected, and I in fact found it very funny the way I was thinking even after being
Yes.
taught. So the learning keeps going on going. I'll keep learning onto it. I'll keep pondering onto it, and then I'll eventually learn in a wonderful way. I've already learned a lot.
Yeah.
Whatever is remains, I will learn in my time
So,
now.
so now you would agree that your past is learning now.
Yes, of course, the past is
Uh,
past is a learning,
yeah.
and all the challenges that I see in front of
Yeah.
myself will also be a very good learning. And past is
Yes.
definitely learning. I thought that it is the end of life. It is not the end of life. In fact, there is no end of life. So we'll
In
keep
fact,
going
this
on
is the
going.
beginning
And this is
for you.
actually the beginning. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So I already had those dates, in which I would do something to myself. So
Yeah.
now, yeah, so now those days are never going to come. And had I taken those dates, and then I would have thought, after going after life, I would have just thought, okay, what a havoc I've created unnecessarily. That was not required. It's
Right.
definitely not required. I mean, it's a wonderful place to be,
Right.
and there's so much great things that you can have. So much great experiences that you can have. Lots of love and everything. So stay positive. And one thing you can do if you can afford is through this particular course. And I'm not
Yeah.
doing a sponsorship for it. I'm not paid anything. Why will I do sponsorship?
I
But
think you needed the grind, right? It would not happen in an hour's time or 2 hours
yes,
time. You have to go
yes,
through the
yes,
grind. You have to.
yes. Of course. Take
It
out time
transforms
from
you.
your busy schedule. People need to take out time from their busy schedule and join this course. They need to do this effort. Because they'll gain a lot from it beyond their imagination. they could never even imagine. So I can not even imagine now. So there is a lot more things that I'm getting. I would have never imagined that I'll be getting so much from anything, from this, let alone from this course.
So that's the best part, that the transformation has happened, and we are grateful to be part, and we could see everything. We could see this transformation in front of us. So it has brought us immense ecstasy and bliss,
But
as
I am
you have
all grateful
experienced.
to both of you for showing the way, the way life
Thank
is
you,
to.
thank you.
Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you for the
Thank you so
testimony,
much.
Pankaj.
Thank
We are
you.
really grateful. Thank
Thank
you.
you.